you cannot do anything to keep your current job safe. The very first recommendation, as you already mentioned, is the resume.
Which one would be, very good going thinking about the career growth?
In my opinion, at least,
So to keep our job safe, what are the things we should need to do as a SAP professional? Hello everyone. Welcome back. Today we have a very special guest, Rudra. He is the co-founder of Root Labs and Sigma. He has also worked with multiple companies, big giants, TCS, EY. Also, he is running his own startups now. Welcome to the show, Rudra. How are you doing?
thank you for having me. I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also doing good. Thank you so much. So, Rudra, could you please give us a short intro about yourself?
Hi everyone. My name is Rudramani Pandey. I'm from a place called Mughalsarai, and it's near Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. And from career point of view, so I started my career from TCS, and I've been like part of SAP ecosystem from last almost 9 years. And I have worked with multiple companies, as mentioned. Like I started from TCS. I worked from SAP Labs, EY, MS Tech, Chemtrade, all across the globe. So yeah, that's pretty much about my career point of view. And apart from that, I am an author. I authored almost 6 books, and you can find them on Amazon. And
Yes.
yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay, that's great, Rudra. Also, you have started your career with DRDO, working on fighter aircrafts, right? And when you decided to switch to the SAP and why this changes happened?
Well, thanks for finding this part of my life. Certainly, it was an internship. It was not a full time job offering from DRDO. It was DRDO Semilac, and they are the one who test it out. Like suppose a fighter plane is being built by HAL, so they are the one who is verifying if every component is fine or not. They are testing it out. So I was part for of that organization for 3 months, and during that period, they gave me a piece of work on coding. So it was something that they have already built a huge backend, and they wanted me to build the front end part. And that's the first time actually I built something and delivered something. And as a coder, you will also agree that if you ship something, then you find working on a particular coding part very useful. Otherwise, continuous working on an application and shipping nothing does not make you happy. So that was the first time I felt that much happy. Okay, I built something and it is going to be used by some great organization. Thereafter they offered me the fellowship also, but they were focused on hardware part, and I was in love with the software part now. So
Mhm.
when I got selected in TCS in parallel, so I went for TCS, and there that was the first time I got to know about SAP. Like before that I never heard SAP, and I believe it was a very golden part of my life that I got the opportunity to jump into SAP ecosystem. So that's how I switched from DRDO to SAP.
Okay, that's great actually. Great starting actually. Then you moved to EY, right? And also you now you are leading the startups. So how do you feel now? Like, can you share us like some 2 to 3 turning points with this journey?
In my opinion, if someone starts a journey in corporation, the very first thing that one should be getting is like getting a good mentor in life. So it was my good part of life that I got a good mentor. His name was Kunal Johari. He was a lead in TCS, and there I got an opportunity to work on software building. So if you are working in TCS or any other MNC, there are huge chances that you are working either on testing part, bug fixing part, support part. Working on a development part is very, very rare. So it was something rare of rarest in TCS that you get into TCS and you get a development project from starting. So I got a good mentor, and that was the turning point of my life. That he taught me ABAP, he taught me UI5, he gave me an entire project for SAP Labs Germany, and I delivered it with his help. And that's how I learned SAP also. Thereafter, I moved with him to SAP Labs via a company called MSI Tech, and we were staying and working within SAP Labs for almost 1 year, SAP Labs India. And that was second part of where I got like a huge change in my SAP journey. So that was the first time I worked with a team who were working in blockchain. There was a team who was working on AI model at the era before ChatGPT.
Oh, okay,
Then
great.
yeah, and there was a team who was started working on something called MTA. Like before CAPM, there was something called MTA, multi-target
Mhm.
application. So whoever is in SAP, they might know that SAP always changes the software, hardware, and everything like over a period of time. Every 3 4 years, you will see a new technology coming in. So
Right.
inside SAP, I got the opportunity to look all these technologies and will learn every of them. And once I was done with that, I switched to EY, and certainly I was reusing my learning experience there. Thereafter, I met this guy called Deepak Ram. He was also in TCS, like almost 8 years of experience he had, similar to mine. And we worked together in TCS, SAP, and EY. And he was a great guy. He's my partner also in Root Labs. And together, we got an opportunity from my friend called Aditya, and he gave us a freelancing project of website. So this was my third, you can say, turning point in my career, that I got an opportunity apart from SAP ecosystem. So I got a good mentor, then I got a good environment where I can learn, multiple things all together. And then I got a project outside SAP ecosystem, and we delivered it. Like we delivered one project, then we got many more freelance projects. And that was the time that we got to know, okay, now it's time to, start our own company. And we started all together. So yeah, these were the three turning points in my career.
Okay. When you say outside SAP, it's like open source technologies, right?
Open source technology. Yes, you're right.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Thank you so much. Yeah. I just wanted to ask a personal question, not a personal, but this is something even I want to, try with myself as well. Okay, you are doing so many things, right? As I could see, you are a co-founder of two startups, right? And you are a media manager, right? Also, you are managing the team, right? Also, you are working in the technical things as well, right? So, how do you manage all these things, and what is your time hacks?
uh, Having a good time, having a good time with your, you can say, team. Having a good team, a strong team, help you out to deliver a lot of things in different domain. So I'm not saying I'm a good marketing person. I have a great marketing team, being head by a great guy called Sakib. And then I mentioned, right, I have Deepak, who is my also co-founder. He's great into technical team. So he also handling the technical team, and with his help, I am delivering these things. So first thing is like a good team, a good
Mhm.
co-founders and partners is helping me to deliver a lot of things in different domain. And since I am from SAP domain, so I'm continuously working in SAP. As of now, I'm a part of SAP AI team also as of now. So since I have started my journey in SAP, so something I always kept learning over the years. So there is nothing new to explore there. I kept learning with the time. But in other
Mhm.
domains, since I was having good team, good co-founders, I learned a lot from them, and together we delivered a lot of things. So suppose in this particular moment, I have four projects. Suppose one
Mhm.
project is from SAP, so I have to give 4 to 5 or 6 hours on daily basis. Then I have
Okay.
marketing projects. So for that, I just have to go with the team, explore what they are doing, they discuss, and I learn, and they expect a few things. Like suppose someone is needing help in Google My Business, like a company is there and they are not able to publish their Google My Business due to some issues. They come back to me, and I just in this era of AI, just go on Chat GPT, Grok, and find the solutions and give it to them. Apart from that, I like over the years, since we were managing a lot of small companies, we had a lot of time. Like a company will come and give a project to you, and they will give you 3 4 weeks. A project that takes 1 week, so we have 4 weeks now. So we can divide every day with giving 2 hours to 3 hours to that project and delivering it over a month. So this was also
Okay.
one thing we did. So getting a
Okay.
lot of projects and giving a lot of like good time to them, like delivering it in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, which actually can take 1 week only, and taking that time and dividing it among multiple projects.
Okay.
So that's
Great. Great.
how I'm managing. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great to know what this. Great. Okay. Let's maybe get into the next segment, which is basically those who are getting started in SAP, right? So it will be useful for them. Maybe first, let's start with the freshers who are all watching this. If someone wants to, get into the SAP in 2026, right? So like maybe the ABAP side, let's talk about the ABAP side first. Like we have two things mainly. One is traditional ABAP. Now the app is growing, or we have a BTP also, right? So would you recommend, first learn this cloud native related stuff, or should they learn the traditional way first, learn that and come back to it? So what would be the best one for them?
A very, very good question actually. And since last many months, I'm getting a lot of profiles from freshers. And it's very tough for us to say no to them. That there is no job for you, at least in our organization. You might try into getting to TCS or any other MNCs, and as a fresher, especially in the domain of SAP. If suppose some fresher is coming for open source technology, AI or Python or website building, there is still some job for them as of now. But in terms of SAP, getting as a fresher into a small company is very, very tough. And suppose if you start from in a MNC and you get an opportunity to decide what you can choose, right? As you mentioned, you have an opportunity to decide if you want to go into backend. That is that can be the native ABAP one, or it can be cloud where you can build backend into SAP HANA, Node.js also. So I will always recommend, as per my experience, to start with ABAP. But ABAP is the basic stack that on top of it, everything is sitting up. Like if you suppose start learning rap also, you have worked on rap, right? So
Yes.
what we are doing is like converting the old stack into rap stack. This is one of the major conversion that is going into SAP labs as of now.
Right.
Still, they have to write a few code into ABAP, interact with the rap structure, architecture. So you
Okay.
cannot skip ABAP as a whole.
Yeah.
If you learn rap also, then also you might get some requirement where you have to integrate rap into ABAP. So then you
Right.
will be confused, like I'm not sure what exactly is this difference and all. So
Yeah.
starting from ABAP and then learning on top of that, oops ABAP, OData, CDS, then on top can be rap. So this will
Yeah.
be the right way to go on top from ABAP. This is one journey. Suppose you are starting a journey in cloud and you have no business in backend or native or on-premise things. It's all cloud. You are starting from BTP environment. You have to work on CAPM, UI5. So in that use case, I will not say that you need to learn all these stack. Then you can focus on simple stack like learning basic SQL, raw SQL, then learning Node.js or Java, either of them. And the front end will be like if you're non-SAP and trying to jump into SAP, the basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript still works. Once you learn that, you can switch into different frameworks. So like UI5 is a framework similar to React or Angular. So once you have basic knowledge of JavaScript, you can always switch from JavaScript to React or JavaScript to UI5. So if you're starting from for the BTP part, you can learn these stack like learning from SQL, Node.js or Java. Either of them is fine, and the JavaScript based front end development. You don't need to learn this stack of ABAP.
Yes. Yeah. So to summarize, like freshers can either choose the complete cloud native application development in the BTP sites, or if they want to learn ABAP or the on-premise development, definitely the recommendation is to learn the core ABAP first, then step by step move CDS, RAP, OData, and everything. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
You're right.
Perfect. Perfect answer. Okay. You have been through a lot of freshers, right? What is one critical skill gap you consistently see in them, right? Uh, so, what should they fix, maybe in the resume or in their while interview time? So, what they should fix in order to get into the SAP market?
The very first recommendation, as you already mentioned, is the resume. The first part that every fresher should fix is like remove unwanted part from their resume. No one wants to
Mhm,
know more about your family. Do not mention like
mhm,
how many siblings you are having,
mhm.
and they are not more focused on your hobbies and all. Like people are mentioning a lot of things that they have done in college and in schools, and they like they have won the competition in race, something like that. This is not relevant to the environment that we are working, right? What as a business or what as a HR I am expecting might be like in the domain of SAP, if you are applying for SAP, or in the domain of AI, if you are applying for AI, what you have done. That's the pretty much we are looking into. Everything else is like we are not even looking on. Like if I'm going to upload your resume, if I have a AI tool and I want to screen the best resume, so this is the point of view you should be having. You should prepare a resume that can pass that tool. And what will be
Mhm.
that part, the resume? It will be focused on the core skills, that is the part of JD. So suppose
Perfect.
there is a job description, you should read that job description and always, update your resume based on that. If the JD is saying you need to have these many SAP skills, and you have, suppose
Mhm.
there is a requirement for SAP smartphones,
Mhm.
and you are having a lot of SAP experience, but you have not mentioned the term smartphones. You have submitted the resume. You might have experience, but you have not mentioned it, right? You will not be shortlisted,
Yeah.
because from HR point of view, it's like the first version. Okay, I see the resume. The resume is not having the keywords, so they will reject it. So remove
Okay.
unwanted things and mention the required things. These are the
Okay.
first part of resume. And second thing is like, suppose I start with the interview. The very first question I will ask is my, like, your intro, right? When you asked my intro,
Yeah.
since this is a podcast, I do not have to mention all my technical skills. But in an interview, the very first thing that they should be starting with, like, after the name and like, from where they belong, they can start with their skills, because that is something I am looking for. Again, they start
Mhm.
with their personal information, like, I'm from this place, my father name is this, my mother's name is this,
Okay.
and my school is the, I scored this much mark in 10th, 12th. As a fresher, everyone has
Yeah,
that.
everyone. Yeah,
And
definitely.
they have
Yeah.
done that, but it's not required anymore. You can focus
Okay.
on the core skills, and this is what even the HR or the recruiter is looking for. And the
Okay.
third part will be the technical skills. So where I cannot comment, right? It's like totally dependent upon the person who is applying. He's
Right.
already skilled or not. Based on that, he will
Mhm.
crack it out. Yeah.
Right. And would you recommend adding up the certification because some most of the freshers need to have a certification in order to get a job, right? It's otherwise you need to have like 2 to 3 years experience if you want to switch a job, right? So for freshers, is it mandatory to have a certifications, or if they have done some internship or some self learning, that is enough for clearing the interview?
This question is applicable for both, right? Certification, experienced or fresher. So as a fresher, I will say yes, yes, yes. You have nothing to show. You have no project to show. Only the things that you have done in college is there that you can add, like the internal project you have built in terms of technology. You can show that. Then you have certifications. So suppose you have done certification in React or AI. It will be something there to showcase. Okay, this person has attended something for 3 4 days and got the certificate. It's a good part for a fresher. But in the case of a experienced person, it's not something required. If your experience can speak, the certificate, it never speaks. But again, there are some requirements, where certifications are mandatory.
Yeah.
So to pass that cutoff, you will have to have those certification. Otherwise, in terms of SAP, if you have already might have experienced a lot of interviews, we never have cleared any certifications, and still we are in the market, right? Getting good salary.
Yeah.
So yeah, certifications are not required in case you are having good experience.
Okay, so for freshers, it's nice to have the
Nice to
certifications
have. Yes,
before.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Also, as we spoke about this certifications, so as per the latest news on November 2025 from the SAP, right? So they have decided also they wanted to shift from normal MCQ based test to the AI based test. You might have already heard this test, right?
Mhm.
So, what do you think about this strategy? I think most of the BTP certifications are already shifted to AI based one now, starting from this January, right? So, what do you think about this SAP strategy? Would it be good for the market, or will it increase the value of the certifications?
In my opinion, at least, AI based quizzes will be better than the static quizzes. Reason being, like, if I am going to build, I will depends upon the tool. If I am going to build a AI tool that is for quizzes, what I will do is like it will be on real time AI. So suppose I'm going to ask a question and you correctly answer that part. So I can ask more questions on top of it to confirm if you are actually credible or not, or it's just a wild guess. It can be
Mhm.
done only using AI based real time tools. Second option, the old way was MCQ.
Yeah.
I, as a person, am in 2010, I built a set of questions based on my knowledge. Or 2020, I am having experience of 20 years. I can add something that might be obsolete. I might be not knowing. So I built some questions. I have even appeared for a lot of TCS based internal certifications, and we used to see a lot of questions were part of SAP scripts and all, which no one was working, but was
Right.
part of the quizzes. And we used to
Mhm.
be very unhappy, like after seeing that, okay, these are questions we are not reading right now, but we have to answer, we have to learn, we have to memorize these questions. So it becomes more like a UPSC old set of questions where things are there in geography or history you have to remember, but it does not make sense in real time IT field. So yeah, my opinion is like AI based recommended or real time tools will be always superior than old MCQ based questions.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah. So with that, like, let's step into the segment three, which is modern SAP development. Mostly we talk about this RAP, CAP, and BTP sides. So I like RAP because I work most on the RAP side. So,
Yeah.
so my first question is, does RAP RAP is something like which is very must for the developers now, right? For experienced, okay, we're talking about the experienced professionals. Uh, as per my opinion, we need to learn the rap, right? Right, it's become a mandatory now. But few developers are still hesitant to learn the advanced concepts like this rap and BTPs and all those things. So, what advice would you provide them? So, in this case, for those developers, those who are hesitant.
So these developers should look on the firing news of Microsoft. They should look firing news on of TCS, and then they will be ready to start preparing on the latest technologies. First thing is this. Second thing is like if someone is experienced, like they are already having 10 years of experience, and they see what SAP does. Every 2 3 years they bring a new technology, and if you do not switch, everyone will switch. You will be the only one left. So like when I started, I got to know that apart from SAP UI5, SAP had multiple old technologies where also UI can be built. And we have built on that. There are modules and there are T codes. We'll enter and start building the UI using even I guess the CRM is still using that. SAP CRM still uses that part. And then UI5 came, and whoever learned it got good package. Whoever learned it was able to easily switch jobs, and whoever learned it was able to become full stack easily. And there were some guys stuck, okay, because the old technologies were tough, right? You have to remember the steps. You have to actually, at that moment, you cannot write code for everything. You have to design using SAP based drag and drop, connect those modules. From here, you'll send something, there you'll receive something, you'll write everything. And that became very easier with Fiori. You have to just click a few steps, you have to remember those steps and then add annotations. But this was not easy in case of old technologies. So
Yes.
whoever learned, like for them, the latest technology, like even if Fury is easier for the UI5 guys as compared to the old guys. So the technology will keep changing every 3 years. So if you will keep updating yourself every 3 years, it will be easier for you to switch again after 3 years because a new technology will be based on the latest technology. It will
Yeah.
not be based on the old technologies. So
Okay.
second part, yeah. So first thing,
Okay.
you'll not be able to switch now if you don't learn. Second thing, it will be very very tough for you again to learn the latest technology if you do not learn the current ones.
Okay.
For example,
Perfect.
if you see RAP, if someone
Yeah.
is having knowledge of ABAP and not having knowledge of OOPS ABAP, not having knowledge of ABAP CDS, for them it is very tough to switch from ABAP to RAP, right? But someone
Yes. Yes.
having the knowledge of ABAP plus OOPS ABAP plus OData and CDS, for them
Yes.
RAP is
It's
not a
easy.
very high jump. It's a very small jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Nice. Nice one. Yeah. Okay. And also this. What is your opinion, or maybe do you see the potentials in trap? Because I honestly see it because that's what feeding me this for this 3 4 4 years. But what do you see? Like rap has much potentials, and because we have another framework like BOPF that is already gone now, everyone is switching to the rap now. So do you feel some like did you when you try first time, what do you get aha moment from the RAP, right? When you work with old traditional ABAP, creating reports, OData, SCGW based OData, right? So what do you get the aha moment from the RAP? And do you see the potentials in the RAP?
That's an amazing question. because as a developer, I started when UI5 was being deployed within the SAP server. So we used to have a T code where we used to deploy the UI5 code also in the backend within the ABAP
Okay.
ecosystem. Later, we deploying it over a SAP Cloud platform, which was renamed as BTP, SAP Business Technology Platform.
Yes.
So from that part, I am coming to BTP, and then I saw the switch in the phase. So SAP was trying something like they was trying to automate a lot of things. They do not want you to keep writing same button code. They wanted to skip that part. So what they wanted to was like to skip those repetitive codes. So they got this Fiori where everything is there, like table is there, filters are there, buttons are there, standard things are there, and in case you need some small changes, you can extend it. So this change was going on from last many years in terms of front end. In terms of back end also, they do not wanted to write everything from for CRUD operations. So they had this BOPF, right?
Right.
Where everything was already trying to being automated from like
Right.
nodes will be there. If you do not want to have custom edit functionality, otherwise it will be like creating CRUD operations automatically.
Yeah.
In CDS also they gave this same operation, like you can enable BOPF and enable automatic CRUD operations. So they were trying these things separately. RAP
Right.
brings them all together. That's the beauty of RAP. When
Right.
I first started, I was like, okay, in the single Eclipse, I have an option to create everything. I don't have to switch a BAP. I don't have to switch to Eclipse, then to UI5 editor. It can be BAS or any old editor, Web IDE. In a single place, I can do everything. So that was the aha moment for me. Like on top
Okay.
of each, like I created a table, right click, I created CDs on top of it. Right click, I created web definitions on top of it. Right click,
Yeah.
I have exposure in UI. Everything on right click, and I'm creating stack simply
Yeah.
from single screen. So yeah, that was the aha moment, and yeah, RAP is going to be the game changer because you are bringing all different technology into one single place.
Right. Perfect. Perfect answer. Okay. Also, like for Fiori developers, right? So you have also worked in Fiori and UI5. So what are the common mistakes developers make when creating the applications, right? And one more question, follow-up question with that is, I get a lot of messages in LinkedIn about like I'm a Fiori developer of this XXX experiences. Should I move to RAP or should I move to CAP? So what would you recommend?
If a developer is already a Fiori developer, so he might be already having experience of UI5. This is what I at least expect from that guy, that he should be having UI5 experience. Then only that guy is Fiori guy. It's
Right.
not like other way around. That I am a Fiori guy, but I do not know the custom development. So if
Mm-hmm.
someone is knowing custom development, already working in Fiori, and he should know that in Fiori a lot of development is only annotations. It's not
Right.
writing the actual code. There might
Right.
be small changes in terms of extension, and suppose there is a requirement very different from standard Fiori. Then what do, you write everything, you create everything from
Correct.
scratch. So you already know that part, so you should be writing code in JavaScript. And if we check the stack of Capem, there's a backend called Node.js, which is also JavaScript. There also you write functions. In UI5 also you writing functions. So
Yes.
you are already having a good knowledge of stacks of Capem. So for you to become a Capem developer is very easy.
Right.
Now if I take this example and move and push this guy to become a RAP developer, this will be very hard. In the RAP development, he will be only knowing annotation part. That's it, nothing else. He
Okay.
cannot
Okay.
create table, he cannot create CDS. On top of CDS, he can create this metadata extension where he can write similar annotations that he writes in the UI. Apart from that,
Okay.
everything will be new for him. So yeah,
Yeah.
the advice will be to switch to Capem. And Capem is the future for Fury developers, for sure.
Right. Okay. Okay. And I like the what are the common mistakes people would be
Yeah.
doing?
So the first mistake is like stopping their learning. So a UI5 guy, I had a lot of friends who were UI5 guy, but they were not planning to learn Fury because for them Fury annotations were very boring. They do not want to learn how to extend it. So as you mentioned, like people do not want to switch, do not want to learn new technologies. So this is
Yes.
the very first mistake that they do. If there is
Mm-hmm.
a new technology, I'm not saying that you go and become a Capem developer. You can just go and find a course, free course on SAP Learning platform or your channel and they can simply learn a simple course and build a simple application. Then SAP recently, like not recently, I will say, they have launched Build, SAP Build.
Yes.
Now using SAP Build, you can generate everything from scratch without writing a single line of code, right? Drag and drop is there. Now you can use SAP Joule to create a CAPM application. So
Yeah.
again, if you see something has launched, so your task is like this weekend, I will just learn it out. It will take 2, 3, 4 hours. I will be at least aware what exactly the technology is and what is going on in SAP, rather than being panicked like, oh, so many things are going in SAP and I'm not aware. You can be aware in your domain at least, right? I'm not saying
Yeah.
SAP has launched AI Joule for automatic A unit generation now. A lot of things they are doing. So you don't have
Yes.
to experience all those things, at least in your domain. If UI5 is there, then you have to learn Fiori, CAPM, SAP Build, AI Joule, everything. So keep learning is the first requirement. And second thing is like what I have seen a lot of Fiori developers is like they jump into the Fiori development without keeping the backend in mind. So this was very much that even I have experienced. Like suppose I got an design to develop, right, and I start building something. Many times you will not get a designer also. You will be the one who will be designing the entire application from your side. So
Correct.
whenever you start designing, you have to take care of the backend also. You cannot design anything without keeping the backend in mind. So suppose you are designing something in front end, your backend picture should be always in mind. Otherwise, your design will be something that will be always redesigned. After every iteration,
Okay.
you will go, oh, I built something, this was not required. I can put this particular section in simple pop-up. So when you're designing something as a front-end developer, keep back-end structure in mind. You should be aware.
Okay.
If you're not aware, then again do a course on
Yes.
that also.
Yes.
You should be aware regarding the entire stack. Many times there is disconnect between the front-end and back-end guy. They fight.
Yes.
Front-end guy will say, I need this API. That's it. I don't know. And back-end guy will say, it's something you can do in front-end, right? And they start fighting. So better have a knowledge of full stack so that you can pinpoint the backend guy, because the backend guy also play a lot of time that they will say this is the task of front end guy. So once you are aware regarding the full stack, you will get to know, okay, this is not my task. This is something that is optimal in backend. Like suppose I have to get a count of something. It's not my job to get all the data and do the counting in UI. It's the backend guy job to give me a single API to get the count. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Right.
think full
Right.
stack knowledge is very, very important for
Very, very important. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. And maybe one crash question, as you have mentioned, you did research on the blockchain, right? And is it within SAP side or it's open source?
SAP said only.
Okay. Okay. Could you please tell us something about this? Is it a project that has been done or just research part is done for the blockchain?
I mentioned, right, when I joined SAP, I get an opportunity to work with different teams. So they were a
Right.
team they were using SAP blockchain. So when blockchain was launched, they built the top companies joined together hands and they built a community on top of it. And they plan to use the best technologies of SAP of blockchains. So there are
Okay.
multiple blockchains that were launched, and that were also part of BTP. So one of that was multi-chain, which is now not existing anymore. Multi-chain,
Okay.
and we use that multi-chain blockchain to build something for the finance team, which I cannot discuss
Okay.
here a lot, but
Yeah. 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 I understand. Yeah.
certainly it was SAP internal project, SAP
Correct.
project for finance team. So multi-chain or blockchain was something that were used to keep your data secure and always cross-verify during audit. So suppose
Okay.
I am saving something in table and there's a audit plan in future. The audit guys can always come back and say, okay, you might have deleted the table records and there is no trace. You can also delete the log records. Well, in production, it's not possible. In
Yeah.
SAP production, you not have all the authority, but
Yeah.
there is always a way to do that. But
Mhm.
blockchains are designed in such a way that there is only CRUD operations, like not a CRUD option, only create and read operations. There is no update, no delete.
Right.
If you want to update, a new block will be added with the updated content. So there will be also a log getting created. So in blockchains, blocks are there in chain, in the form of chain, you can say, and a block
Okay.
is set of data. So
Mhm.
suppose if your record is saved, your name is there, date of birth is there, and I have to change the date of birth. So I will push up new block, and that or your new block will have the you can say the number of your old block also. So
Okay.
from that, we call key of the
Mhm.
old block also. So I can fetch from your current block the old block also, and I can compare. Okay, this is the old data, this is the new data. So the trace is there. There is no way that you can delete something. So you can only insert. So you only
Right.
got
Mm. Okay. Okay.
that is,
Awesome.
so the answer is also like the blockchain can be used for the projects where such type of security is needed, such type of credibility is needed, like in
Okay.
terms of finance or in terms of supply chain.
Mhm. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Rudra, for that blockchain, part of explanations. So we are moving into the next segment, which is AI and future workflows. My favorite one, actually.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, we have so many tools now, like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Cloud, right? Uh, how are you personally using them in day-to-day SAP workflows, SAP development workflows? How do you use
I hope my SAP guys do not see this video now.
it?
Since I can say it's 2026, right? Since 2024, I've not written I've not written full line of code.
Mhm.
Since 2024, I'm not writing the entire application by myself. I generate
Great.
everything. I can say that it's like 80% correct. I always have to review each line. That's something I will even recommend now, that every time you generate some code from any tool that you like, you should always review it out before
Mhm.
pushing it to production, because things have gone wrong for me also. So it's always recommended to always review each and every line before pushing it out to the production.
Right.
So for coding, the best technology as of now that is there in the market is this Anthropic's Cloud. But I
Perfect.
also use ChatGPT. For
Mhm, mhm.
writing content, I go to Grok, because Grok of Elon Musk gives good idea.
Yes.
They have random and funny ideas rather than ChatGPT's business ideas. And
Yes.
in terms of SAP, within SAP ecosystem, now SAP has launched SAP Joule, and
Right.
even I'm part of a team that is building it. So we are working as of now on automating the A unit part. So
Oh, great. Mhm.
so if you remember, if we have worked with SAP Labs, so we used to get 2 days. Suppose there's a report or there's a chunk of code you have to write classes and methods. You'll get
Mhm.
2 days extra to write a unit,
Mhm.
where you will write the unit test and have coverage of more than 50%. Now that
Right.
part is something you can do within seconds, because now you can go into Eclipse, you can select the section of the code and right click, and you can ask the Joule. There will be a sign of Joule, and
Mhm.
you can generate it within seconds. So that is
Right.
something that will replace the developers now. If you see, suppose you get 12 months of billability, right? So you are billable for 12 months, and in that 12 months, 2 3 months is going for a unit that you used
Right.
to. Now that is being automatic. So now
Perfect.
using Joule, you don't have to write that part. So that billability is gone. You might be still billable and working on new things, but if you see, 3 months of job is lost now. That is automated already, and this is just
Mhm.
started. And a lot of things are being, like, we are working with a lot of different teams of AI, right, in SAP, and they are building a lot of things. And what I see is, like, after some time they will replace even me. So that's the beauty of AI, and at the same time I have to accept it that I have to participate in this particular journey, because this is a journey from writing same piece of code again and again. So if you might have seen that same type of CDS we have been writing from last many years, just changing the field names, nothing is new we are doing. So
Right.
with AI, these things will be replaced. Like same type of code, no one will be required. A single guy can do task of 10 guys. So I am using cloud for coding. I'm using ChatGPT also for coding. And for a unit, I'm using SAP Joule.
Perfect. Perfect. And that was my the second question. Actually, there's a lot of fear that AI will replace SAP developers. So, what would you advise them to continue with AI? I mean, the only solution is like we need to go along with the AI, right? So we cannot compete with AI. Definitely, that's for sure.
Certainly not.
So yeah. So first of all, like, will it completely replace us, like in few years or something? What's your take on that?
No, within SAP environment, it's slow as compared to the non-SAP environment. So when I
Yeah.
say cloud, I do not use cloud for SAP development. I use cloud for React or React Native development, and it's
Okay.
already like replacing a lot of guys. So we have
Mm.
reduced the team from 3 members to 1 member for this particular section, where we had three
Okay.
guys working on the same project. We have one guy using these technologies and everything within a few hours. So open source, certainly it will replace very quickly. SAP ecosystem, SAP does not allow every tool to integrate within the SAP ecosystem. So suppose if you have to automate something, there are two ways. You can copy, paste, automate something, and copy paste again. Or write your thought within the chat system, generate some code, copy and paste. So again, there is a manual thing going on as of now. Second way is like within the SAP ecosystem, you will get an option of right click, generate a class, methods. That part is a lot of like compared to the open source technology is very slow. So it will not replace as quickly as open source. And again, second part is SAP's ecosystem is very, very complex. It's not like a single table can be like in SAP, you'll have to have knowledge. If you're working in suppose MM, you have tons of tables, right? And you need
Mhm.
to have knowledge of those tables
Mhm.
before you start even preaching to this AI guy, that AI tool. Okay, I want to update this particular table with this particular weight or this particular information, current
Mhm.
status.
Mhm. Mhm.
To what table it will have to update, it will take for AI tool to learn. So only SAP can launch something that will entirely replace developer, and SAP will take some time to launch that particular tool. And second thing, what the guys like what we have to do. So we have to good in architecture level of knowledge.
Okay.
If I am working with particular business module, I have to have good knowledge of that module. It's very easy to stop freshers from joining because they will have no knowledge of module.
Right.
It, but it will be very tough to remove a guy who has knowledge of everything, who can fix issues quickly, who has knowledge to how to use these tools to write better code. So good knowledge of module is very important. As a technical person, good knowledge of architecture is very important. Suppose if
Okay.
you're writing the CAPM, what can be the architecture? What if I need to have a tool to get signature of a guy? What can I use? I can use DocuSign. So which particular API I need to integrate? Where I can find that API within SAP ecosystem? So these knowledge
Mhm.
are something that you cannot like have. You cannot expect from a fresher. Only a
Right.
knowledge person or an experienced person can have it. So good knowledge of module is one thing, SAP modules or SAP business module, and good knowledge of architecture. If you have these two, the third part for us will be to learn AI also. If I'm learning
Right.
everything, not learning AI, so certainly I'll be the one who will be replaced in future.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So the summarization is like we should first focus on the business knowledge and along with technical architecture side, not
Exactly.
coding part, because coding part is already taken care by the AI, and we need to
AI.
use which AI tools would be perfect for our work, whether it be Cloud or Perplexity. We need to choose it. But of course, as you mentioned, Cloud is something like it's having very perfect for coding, right? And
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, so perfect. Okay. So maybe let's move into the another segment, which is about career guidance and reality check. Okay.
Mhm.
So for if someone has 3 to 5 years of experience, okay, and should they need to learn everything, or maybe it's becoming a generalist, or should they focus on only one part, for example, RAP or Kappa backend side or something, right? So becoming a specialist. So which one would be, very good moving, thinking about the career growth?
Changing stack is a very tough decision always, and
Mhm.
the grass is greener always on the other side, right? So when we are from the web side, we think that Captain guys are having a lot of fun. These guys are having an easier life, and
Yeah.
when someone is there in BTP environment, they're like, oh, I am getting so many destinations and it's not working. I have to write a code within the build also, right? The YAML files I have to write. It's so
Yeah.
boring. It was so easier in ABAP.
Yeah.
So again, you will always be excited to learn the new technologies always. Like for a
Mm.
person, it's like after some time you get bored. If you keep
Mm.
looking into ABAP screens, you will get bored. Okay, yeah, this boring thing I'm doing from last 5, 6, 7 years.
Mm.
So I need to switch. But the recommendation will be by switch your editor. From Eclipse, you can use VS Code.
Okay.
Have a good experience, a better experience. You can switch the editor to not switch the language as soon you learn ABAP. Better to learn a lot of things within ABAP. So if you are starting from ABAP, see what all the latest modules are. Okay, in
Okay.
ABAP, you can learn this integration of Acrobat or PDF reader, right? Smart forms is there. Then you have the PIPO is there, where you can do integrations within the system, without the system. Then you have object oriented. Then you have
Yes.
extension.
Correct.
Body is there,
Extensibility.
copy is there,
Yeah.
customer exits are there. Then you have this OData, creating API and exposing it out. And in
Yes.
OData also you have two different OData V2, V4, learning the
Yes.
difference. Then you have CDS, then RAP. So if you are in a ABAP, you have so many things to learn. And
Yes.
each of them have their own job opportunities in the market. Suppose
Correct.
I do have friends who are working in Germany, and a lot of jobs that they are looking into is like in the backend part as of now in Germany
Okay.
itself.
Mm-hmm.
And there also the requirement is more into specific requirement like master data governance. So you need to have ABAP knowledge and the model knowledge. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have covered this stack, as we discussed earlier, choose unique modules where not everyone is working. So become
Mm-hmm.
developer plus a functional guy, both.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
keep switching from this stack to KPM stack. What will
Mm.
go wrong is like you'll be aware regarding so many stack, but not
Correct.
aware regarding any business modules.
Great, great. Okay. So we need to first explore within our specialist site, like for example, LabApp or CAP site. Then we have to be ready to switch the complete path, CAP or learning CAP or business side, right? Is it something? Am I
Yeah.
understanding
Once
correct?
once you are aware regarding all the stack and you have certainly time or you got an opportunity to learn a new stack in a project, certainly
Mm-hmm.
you can switch and jump and start learning. But keeping learning both of them all together, it will not help you in
Mm-hmm.
the project.
Okay. So is it safe, but we need to be specialist in one area, right? And we
Yeah.
can learn other useful things, but
In
specialist
parallel,
should be
yes.
in one area, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So okay, talking about this functional consultants, right? SDEMM guys. So they are nowadays like after the AI era, Gen AI era. So they wanted to learn the coding. So what do you think about
I will say, guys, your job is safe. When my wife is in this functional area, and I will say for her, the job is safe as of now. Not
yeah.
safe always, but as of now, job is safer than the coding guys. So be in your safe zone area. Learn a new module. Do not learn a new coding language. But yes, you can learn AI in terms of how to improve
So,
your daily task. So
yeah.
the Joule is launched, SAP Joule is launched within the Fiori portals also. There you
Correct.
can you can train your Joule modules to
Mhm.
automate your daily tasks. Suppose you have to create a PO, purchase order, and you need to have so many things, awareness for that. So how you can use Joule to give you that awareness that you can create a PO within a few minutes rather than taking 10 minutes.
Mhm,
This is
mhm,
the way you can use AI to
mhm,
improve the delivery rather than
mhm,
using AI to learn the coding language. It will be a
mhm, mhm.
long leap for you.
Right, right. Perfect. Okay. Uh, okay. My next question is just give me what. Okay, let's move into the next segment. So it is like about interviews and job markets. Okay. Okay. The market has been tough with layoffs now, as you know, like lot of major companies are like laying off like anything, right? So to keep our jobs safe, what are the things we should need to do as SAP professionals?
I can say that you cannot do anything to keep your current job safe. The guys who have been like dropped from Meta team, they are working with the best team, working on the best technology, and they
Mm,
have been dropped now. They were poached from other companies. They were the best in the best. Billions
mm,
of dollars were spent to poach them. They're working for a team for 1 year, and the product didn't work. So they are dropped. So they are now looking for a new job. So what they have done to get a good job, to get a job in Meta is like they have worked on their skill.
Mm.
That's the only thing we can, as a person, we can do. We can only work on our skill.
Okay.
Second thing we can do always, like, we can have a good network. Having good
Right.
network giving you an opportunity. Suppose you are dropped from this company and you have a
Mm-hmm.
good network. You have 10 people you know from SCL, Infosys, IBM. So you do not have to now look on LinkedIn to get hired.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Mm-hmm.
connect with your peers to get the recommendations and quickly land a job as compared to other guys who are dropped and having no connections at all. Good skill is one thing, and good network is another thing. So these two
Okay.
combinations can be used. Yeah.
Okay. Skills plus networking. So these two things very, very important. Even if you're working in startups or even if you're working in any MNCs or FANG or any companies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On follow-up question with this, so people getting laid off, right? After that, what should they do? For example, like how they should appear for an interview. Maybe it could be like they are mostly like 15 plus experience or 10 plus experience only getting laid off, right? So how they should approach, what companies they should approach.
I do have multiple examples from my friend circle. So
Mhm,
I have a friend, his name is Desh, and he used to work in Singapore, and he has
mhm,
been dropped from multiple companies. Okay,
mhm,
and he kept switching. Every time he
okay.
was dropped, he got a hike. Every time he was dropped, he got a hike.
Mm,
So the first thing was like he had a good motivation. He was aware that he has good skills. He was working in blockchain technologies. So you might have seen like post COVID era, the blockchain crashed, like blockchain requirement crashed, development
correct.
crashed. So the requirement has been very less, but since he had a very good connections, so he always landed in better jobs. He used those
Okay.
connections to get good jobs within the small requirements also. So again, the answer remains the same. If
Networking.
I am dropped right now from my company, what I can do? So I can see, okay,
Mm,
I knew ABAP. If I don't know the latest technologies, so I will take some time. I will go on Udemy, or I can find a good, you can find us also. We also do online trainings. We can find a good trainer, and then once I will learn those skills, like we teach people to learn rap, we will teach people to learn capm. So once they learn those part, they start appearing into multiple job requirements that is going on in Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai, or even Noida, that Delhi. So they can keep applying, and then they can be in touch with their peer, because somewhere I might be working from last 3 4 years, 10 years, I might have made some friends. So I will be in touch with them also, and using
mhm.
the latest things that I've learned, I will update my resume and start appearing again. But in terms
Okay.
of AI, if in future the job requirement itself shrink down to very less, then
Very low.
certainly we'll have to open up our domain from being a simple developer to multi-language developer, or even
Mm,
open source. So SAP is now hiring a lot of open source developer. Recently, they have
yes.
hired a lot of Python developer to build the AI module.
Okay.
Since the
Mm-hmm.
stack is changing, right? So they are
Yeah.
not working on only SAP stack. They are working on new stacks to develop a new AI, something that AI can automate easily. So they are building a new stack, and for
Yes.
that they knew that they need open source developers. So they are
Right.
hiring that. So I
Mm-hmm.
should be comfortable enough that I have worked 10 years and I am a developer now. So I can stop this particular language. I can learn a new language. Then I will be a very good source for them, right? Because I hire a resource who is aware regarding ABAP or SAP stack, and also an open source developer. So it will be a good resource, right? This
Right.
person can help me build something better as compared to someone who does not know SAP at all.
Right.
So be open to learn something that is out of your space or out of your good zone.
Right. Also, like learning pre-AI era and post-AI is totally different. Now you can learn anything, right?
Anything. Yes. Mhm.
So with the AI tools, ChatGPT or Clad, Perplexity, which help you like personal training, right? You can learn
Yes.
at
Yes.
any technologies, any domains. It's really like awesome that we are in this era. But
Yeah.
at the same time, AI is getting replaced. Sorry, we are getting replaced by the AI as well. But yeah, we have to utilize it much as possible, so that
Mhm.
I hope we can go with the AI, right? So yeah. Okay. Also, like another part of career growth, like for like some people, like after 10 or 15 years, they wanted to move to abroad, right? So many from India. most of the Indians like they would like to move to abroad for interesting projects or maybe benefits, more benefits, right? So how they should prepare to land a job in abroad? It could be any country like Germany or Europe or Singapore or UK. So what they should need to do?
So if you're planning to jump or have a switch and join a company in Europe or US, UAE, or you can say Singapore, any country.
Yes. Hmm.
So the very first thing I should be aware is what is the job requirement. If job requirement is crashing in India, it's crashing in US. Is there any job requirement in my field? Just a web developer, and I'm
Mm.
planning to go to Germany. So I'll be
Hmm.
burning my 30 lakhs and I'll be coming back. As simple as that.
Yes.
But if I know that there is a requirement of these particular skills very high, so I should get that skill. Right? The first thing is getting skill. Second thing is if you are going to a country which is very much like based on language. Germany, you're going, you should
Germany.
be
Yeah.
German speaking person. You should get B1, B2 level of even I will say
Certificate.
C1 level of certification before even
Mm.
entering the territory.
Yes.
Otherwise, again, you'll be wasting a lot of time. So if you're applying for Germany, get C1. You'll be good with German language. You can crack interviews easily as compared to one who is landing there without having German language certification.
Mm-hmm.
Local language knowledge is one requirement. Then what is the skill that is trending there? For that, you don't
Okay.
have to even go there. You can just sit at your place, go to LinkedIn and or go to a local job platform and see what is trending there. You'll find. And the third thing is you can look out for connections. So
Yes.
it's easier if you go there with connections and have 10-20 jobs interview already scheduled for you, as compared to going there. Suppose you land today and today you have certification and you have this required skill, but now you have to start looking where the job opportunity is. So this part you could have done at home also, right? And you could have
Yes.
saved a lot of money. So
Mm-hmm.
the orientation should be always saving your money, because the conversion rate is very high now. So you will be burning a lot of money over there. So if you
Okay.
get certification in India, you will be saving a lot of money as compared to getting certification, German certification in Germany. Getting knowledge
Okay.
in India is easier. You're learning on laptop, Udemy, or going on a simple local community-based learning. And the last is even finding or looking for some community or job requirement or job, you can say job mela, we say, right? That happens over there also. Their mega events will happen and companies will
Okay.
come and do hirings and all. So these three things you can do sitting at your home without spending a lot of money. Once you are
Okay.
confident these things are ready, then start applying for visa and job.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Perfect advice. Yeah. Maybe I just wanted to ask one last question.
Mhm.
Uh, with that, we can move into the rapid fire round. So you manage teams actually nowadays, right? So which one is harder, writing good code or managing people?
When I was a developer, for me, I used to think the managers are having so good time, right? They are not doing anything, just managing team, saying each member do this, do that. But since I have been a manager myself, I find that managing team is very, very tough. As a developer, you will get certain section or certain requirement with certain time period. That's it. No one will bug you. No one will ask questions. What is done, not done until the time is lapsed. And once the time is lapsed, you can go into a meeting, showcase your job. That's it. But as a manager, you are not like only managing team. You're also if you are having a different team, you're managing different teams, and you are reporting to different people. It can be different clients or different
Mhm,
managers. The
mhm.
life gets very tough because the manager
Yes.
wants their deployment on time. Like every
Mhm.
client wants their deployments on time.
Yes.
If they have given you some task for a week, they will want that thing in a week. The
Mhm.
developer can delay, and it will be your responsibility to get job done from the developer. If there
Correct.
is some bugs, you will be the guy who will be listening to all the shouts from the clients. So
Correct. Correct.
it gets the you can shout at that developer also, but ultimately you will be getting shout from different managers and different clients, right? And you'll be
Yes.
giving some particular task to that developer. So life as a developer is much easier
Much
as
easier.
compared to life as a manager, because life is full of tantrums from different domains.
Right. 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 Okay. Okay. So fine, thank you so much. Would you like to share a final message to our audience before we move into the rapid fire round here?
So, well, uh, from last few minutes, we have discussed different things in SAP and AI and as well as blockchain domain. So certainly, in case someone wants to reach out to me, I'm pretty sure he will drop some information. You can reach out to me,
Correct.
and I will try to help you guys in any way that is possible.
Great, thank you. I will add our LinkedIn profile to the description. So guys, just check it out. So yeah, he can definitely help you out. All right. So okay, final. Let's start the rapid fire round. So you have to just pick one from the answer. Sorry, from the questions, right?
Mhm.
So are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay. Cap or rap? No, you have to be fast actually.
I love both of them. Cap,
Cap. Okay. SAP Tech or open source?
SAP Tech,
Perfect. BTP or AWS or Azure?
BTV,
Perfect. Developer or manager?
developer,
Okay. Right. So the Cloud or Perplexity or ChatGPT?
cloud.
Perfect. Final one. Root Labs or Sigma Earth?
Well, we are merging Sigma and Earth into Road Labs now, so Road Labs.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Perfect one. Okay.
Well,
Fine.
every question, people might disagree. Like even for
Mhm.
BTP, AWS, Azure, even I have used Google Cloud also a lot. So
Okay.
every
Okay.
every particular cloud platform is perfect, I can say. But BTP is something we choose is because we are from SAP domain. So all the answers are because we are part of SAP domain. Certainly, other viewers can have different opinion.
Okay, okay, perfect. So, so with that, we are ending the session. I'm really happy to, host you this podcast, Rudra. This is my first podcast, and I mean, we connected for on project years back, and I know you very well. And I have learned so much from you. You are very energetic, and you handle the, the team very well. That time, I really impressed that time, and I learned very much from that project. So it also like whenever I speak with you, I get a very positive vibes. I don't know why, but this is something I feel I wanted to really. I haven't. I just wanted to tell you in this podcast. Actually, you are a very positive person, and you have very great mindset. I wish you all the very best for Road Labs and Sigma Earth and for your journey as well. Thank you for accepting this, right? And I hope it really helps a lot of SAP professionals in our channel. Hopefully, we can collaborate in another videos. I'm expecting. So yeah, thank you so much. And guys, for everyone watching this, if you want to connect with Rudra, I definitely add a LinkedIn profile in this description. So please connect with him, check it out. And also, if you want this kind of a podcast in my channel, so please let me know. Just like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and colleagues. Thank you so much, and thank you, Rudra, and have a nice day.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for your
me.
time.
Thank you.
Bye
Yeah.
bye. Yeah.
Bye. Bye. Bye.